Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. I know it's my favorite time of the year. Today I'm going to be doing a New Year's Eve Get Ready With Me video. So I'm going to start off with foundation, and here I'm using the Mary Kay Matte Wear Liquid Foundation, and it's in Time Wise, or the Time Wise Liquid Foundation. And I'm using this in Ivory 5 and Ivory 4. I'm just mixing the two together. And I'm using a flat foundation brush. I believe I got this a long time ago at somewhere like CVS. And if you're interested, the brand is called Image Essentials, but I mean, you can find something like this pretty much anywhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this out so that my skin has a more even skin tone or finish to it. And then we will go ahead and move on. I will say this combination does tend to be a little bit shiny, so if you have oily skin, even though I know there's a matte wear liquid foundation, I will say you may want to steer a little bit clear. Personally, I like a little bit of shine and a little bit of illumination, so for me this was great, especially because, you know, for a New Year's Eve look, I like to be a little glowy. So my next step is going to be to take my Pixie Under Eye Concealer. This is actually, I believe it is the Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach, and I have been working crazy shifts at work lately, so you know, I'm getting up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I have dark circles anyways to begin with, so they have not been made much better by the crazy work hours I've been having, and I just find this stuff really does a great job in correcting. So next I'm going to go ahead and take my Maybelline Fit Me mascara my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that under my eyes to add a little bit of brightness, and I'm going to apply it to any place I have blemishes on my face. Now I do use my fingers to apply my concealer. I just find that it sets in my skin a little bit easier. I know a lot of people really like to use beauty blenders or brushes, so if you're going to copy this look, just do what's most comfortable for you. This just seems to work best for me. I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer stick from L'Oreal, and this is a True Match one in fair or light, and this is N123, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab this again over my blemishes, touching it up with my fingers as well. Next I'm going to go ahead and take this NYX powder in Banana, and I'm going to go ahead and take my fingers again and apply it to underneath my eyes just to kind of set the under eye concealer and corrector. And this is just really nice. It's very soft and fine, which I personally really like. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little touch up here. And moving on, I'm going to go ahead and take my Sephora, I believe it's a foundation, a powder foundation. This one is in Light 23 or Beige Natural. I'm going to go ahead and dip my Kabuki brush from e.l.f. around in it and just kind of pat it on to set my foundation and just to kind of mattify my face a little bit. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my blush from Benefit, and this one is in Coralista. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to the apples of my cheeks and brush it back, and I do use the brush that came in the set, which I know is kind of silly. There are much better blush brushes out there, but I really like this one, and I just kind of blend it out with a bigger blush brush afterwards. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Butter Bronzer, and I don't think this has any particular like color name, but it is by Physicians Formula, and I really like it because it smells like the beach. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on my jawline up to my temples and across my cheeks to accentuate my cheekbones, you know, the whole contouring rigmarole. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the same fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out a little bit. I'm someone who likes a more subtle contour. Some girls just look incredible with the very sharp contrast. I am not one of them. So I do like to really blend it out and just create a very subtle contour. And Tinsel wanted to come and snuggle with me. This is my favorite scene right here of her standing in the background. It looks like she's got a cigar in her mouth. Anyways, my next thing that I'm using is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. And this is in number 630 Cashmere, and it's beautiful gold color. And it's kind of a creamy foundation, so I actually use this for kind of a primer and a base. And it creates a really nice glow, and I did just put a little bit in the corners of my eyes to brighten them up a bit, and then I took it down underneath to give, again, just a little more brightness to my face. The next thing I do, I'm going to take a Clinique trio of eyeshadows, and I'm going to go ahead and start out with the middle color It's AG in Nude Rose. And I'm going to go ahead and dip a fluffy brush in there and use this along my crease, just to create some definition. Look at Tinsel, she's so cute. She's so funny. This whole video she was jumping up and down on the couch. She wanted to see what I was doing. Adorable. She's just adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and keep blending to make sure that there's no sharp lines and that it looks natural. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Academy palette that I have, and I'm going to take the dark brown shade, and again I'm going to take another fluffy brush and just kind of circle it onto the corners of my eyes for a little more definition and to create kind of a smokier effect. And guys, I am not a makeup artist. I just do this for fun. This is just how I personally would get ready for New Year's Eve. I don't really know too many tricks. I just really enjoy kind of playing around with makeup and everything. So don't judge me too harshly. As you can see, I'm kind of just, you know, playing around. So I'm going to go ahead and take a clean fluffy brush and just blend that out again to make it so that it doesn't look too unnatural on my eyes. Just touch it up a little bit here. This was kind of hard to blend out together, so I had to touch it up a little bit more. And I know my eyebrows look a little bit wonky, but I never have been one to really do them. I will occasionally do them, but I decided not to for this particular video. I'm going to go ahead and take the light shade in my Makeup Academy palette again, and I'm just going to use that to sort of highlight underneath my brow bone. Just create a little juxtaposition on my eyes. And moving along, I'm going to take this Hourglass eyeliner, and this is, I believe it's like a gel foundation, and I love this stuff. I have such a hard time finding eyeliners that stay on my waterline and don't spread, and I have to say that this is probably one of the best ones that I have ever used. And I'm going to go ahead and take that along my waterline, and then in a moment you're going to see I'm going to go ahead and take it over my tight line as well. And this is just going to create a dramatic effect, which is really nice on New Year's. And I also happen to like it because I have some green in my eyes, and I find that when I wear dark colors like this around them, my eye color seems to actually pop a little bit more, which is funny because it's not any of those colors that people say like are supposed to make green eyes pop. And as you just saw, I definitely do make mistakes. So if you find that you're making any mistakes, just don't worry about it. Just wipe it away. If you need to get some makeup remover, go ahead and do that. Mine was just a small spot, so it wasn't too big of a deal. So like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and water my tight line like it's a flower. I'm just going to go ahead and line my tight line. Then I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to dip it back into my Makeup Academy palette. This time I'm going to use that very dark black, and I believe it's a matte black. So I'm just going to dip it in there, and I'm going to take it over the top of my lids near the line. And this is just going to look a little bit smoky. It doesn't have to be perfect. Personally, I kind of like it a little bit messier because I think it adds to the smoky effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on both eyes. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that same brush, which you'll see, I'm going to show it to you again in a minute, but it is actually, it looks like I picked up a different brush, but I'm still using the same one. There it is. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and dip that back in to get some more of the black, and I'm going to take that underneath my lower lash line and just smudge it out a little bit. And I usually don't do a very dramatic eye, but I love how this kind of makes my eyelashes even look a little bit darker. I don't know, I might be crazy, but that's kind of the effect that I have. And I'm going to go ahead and keep smudging it out, make sure it looks even. And then I'm going to move on to use my Clinique High Impact Mascara. And I'm not sure exactly the exact color of this one. I think it's just black. And I really like this. It has really great definition, volumizing, lengthening, and I love that it comes in a little tube because I find I never finish up mascaras when they're in the full-size tube. They always dry out before I'm done with them. So I like having these little kind of like pint-sized mascaras because I will use up most of this one before it goes too bad. I'm going to go ahead and wipe off the excess and apply it to my lower lashes as well. On my lips, I'm going to go ahead and take the Wet n Wild. I just showed you the color, but there's no way you're going to see that. And Wet n Wild lipstick in 902C Bare It All. And I'm just going to apply that on my lips. It's a really nice kind of neutral beige nude look lipstick, and I really like that, and I thought it went well because I'm doing something slightly more dramatic, for me anyways, on my eyes. And then I'm going to take my Victoria's Secret Shiny Kiss lip gloss in Candy Baby, just to create a little bit of a shine and a gloss on top of the nude lip. And we're to the fun part, the jewelry. I got these earrings at Francesca's, I think about a year ago. Actually, it was earlier this year for my friend's wedding, so it was back in May of 2016. And I'm going to go ahead and put on a bracelet that I took on my mother. I'm not really sure where that's from. And the ring I just held up was from TJ Maxx. I did apply some, or I did spray some Bombshell perfume from Victoria's Secret because that's one of my favorites, and I thought that would make for a nice night out. For my hair, I did half of a French braid. I tied it up, and then I just did a little bun underneath. Thanks for watching, guys.